This video is going to be for Brian, or anyone really who is concerned about trees at the park, etc. But Brian, as you know, I like to personalize my videos, so I know who I'm talking to. This is one of the hybrid elms. It's Morton, developed at Morton's Arboretum, planted when the park was renovated in 2010. Kind of a fast-growing tree, not really long-lived, but they certainly kind of take no prisoners in terms of growth, etc. But you'll see that what needs to be removed in this situation, and it's more dramatic in person, is that there are a million broken limbs, and by broken limbs we mean this limb here, which has been tortured by a million kids pulling at it and breaking at it, etc. We have another one there, we have this one here, all these over there that have been broken for some years, so they are starting to become, the life in them is starting to recede, and eventually the tree will get rid of them as deadwood. In the forest, it would become deadwood, they would fall off because of the biosphere in the forest is more, there are more organisms there that make stuff fall off more quickly. But certainly in a park, in a way, a more antiseptic setting, these things still stay on, and they're very wiry and annoying to kind of cut off. But in any case, these need to be removed, and to start with. But this tree really is beyond repair, and you would never spend money pruning it. You would remove it and replace it with something better. Because if you see, you can even see from this angle the discoloration of the wood and the raw wood, that there are major limbs in this tree that are actually dead, just stone dead. And to move you over to this other example of this tree was in the same position, but I actually cleaned up those dead limbs. I'm sorry, those broken and slash dead limbs at the bottom to kind of give it some dignity for its remaining years. So it looks good now, and in a way it'll look good when spring comes. But there's quite a bit of death in there. There's a lot of dead wood, and eventually it will be removed, hopefully, and just replaced. But what happened was that also another one that I pruned last week, and you see that it has all those broken limbs are removed. And what happened was, when these trees were planted, they're actually a replacement of this very appropriate tree that they put out here, the mountain birch. They were just ridiculous. But so the woman who was planting them from the city, from the contract, called me from the nursery. He was like, "You got to make your mind up now. What do you want? This is what we have here." So I said, "Okay, yeah, get 5 of the Morton elm, or 5 of the this is silver linden. Silver linden, Tilia tomentosa." So we got half and half. So these trees were planted at the same time, but you'll notice that the tilia is much smaller than the hybrid elm. It's because the hybrid elm has hybrid vigor, and those things just grow fast, and typically they die fast. But this fast is because they're not really cared for here. So what I'm trying to do is kind of eventually make room for these silver lindens, because they're actually in good shape. They don't, there's very little deadwood on them. I do prune them, but they produce very little deadwood. And these trees have a chance of becoming something that grows here for, some decades. There's another one here. And then, of course, you see all of the hybrid elms. This one I already pruned. This one I'm going to prune this week. And then we have another elm which I planted here because there was an open spot. And this is actually American elm, Ulmus americana, which is, of course, the venerable tree of America. that, you know, succumbed to Dutch elm disease in the early part of the century, but of course they make ones that are now more resistant. And this is a very elegant tree. It's not as big as the hybrid elms, which have that hybrid vigor, but this one hopefully will last some decades. And I'm going to come in here and prune this next week. So just to give you a little update on what's going on.